Yasmina Ekelenstam, the Low Histamine Chef. Today I'm going to take you through a little look-see at what my personal diet looks like. It's one of the questions I'm most frequently asked. I mean, your cookbooks are great, but what do you eat daily? Well, here is a typical day. It's been super difficult to find duck eggs where I am at the moment, and I kind of gave up. But then my butcher surprised me with these. I had never actually taken a look at these. They're actually quite expensive in comparison to duck eggs, but when you consider that just one of these equals quantity-wise about 3 eggs, it's really not such a bad deal. Goose eggs are thick and creamy and very mild tasting in comparison to duck eggs. My absolute favorite way to cook these super duper high nutrient goose eggs that are full of B12 goodness. I don't know if you know this, but people with histamine disorders often have a problem getting adequate sources of B12 because supplements are often made from a bacterial process, and bacteria equals histamine. So how do we make this omelet even higher nutrient than it is? It's simple. We chop up a bunch of antihistamine and anti-inflammatory herbs rich in quercetin, things like chives, cilantro, and basil. Just toss them into the batter, pour it into the pan, maybe throw in some zucchini, who knows, go absolutely nuts. Then fold it all up and serve it on a bed of arugula. That's how I do it. Need a little snack on the way to or from the gym? Need something you can toss into your handbag on your way to work? On the tube, on the subway, wherever. These Power Balls are the answer. As much as I love sweets like Power Balls, even though they're healthy sugars, I do prefer to get my daily start with something a little greener. This is one of my absolute favorite juices. It is the mainstay of my breakfast routine. It's basically quercetin-rich anti-inflammatory apples. It's prostaglandin D2 inhibiting cucumbers. It's great for the boys. It's good for, the slight hair thinning out. Well, us women kind of have to worry about that too sometimes, but hopefully not. It also has, depending on the day, it will have ginger, which is an antihistamine. It will have turmeric, which is a mast cell stabilizer. What do I mean by a mast cell stabilizer? It basically means that mast cells, which house histamine in the body, do not splurge their inflammation all over the body when they are stabilized by something amazing like turmeric. Who doesn't love a good muffin though? I certainly do. Any time of day really, for myself, for my friends, for my personal trainer, for anyone. These particular muffins, you can find the recipe for these blueberry, coconut, flaxseed, chia seed, chestnut flour, tapioca starch muffins, and coconut oil. Mustn't forget the coconut oil muffins in the little book of muffins, which goes out free to anybody who signs up to my mailing list. But we can't live on muffins every single day now, can we? I know I've tried. For lunch, I'm most likely to have something like a light salad with a little bit of protein or a soup like this butternut squash one. This particular soup has antihistamine and antidepressant butternut squash. Go figure, I only recently found out the foods could be antidepressant. There's so many nutrients in this soup. It's really worth experimenting with flavors. You can make your own homemade stock. It's really great. And now, this is an example of one of my lunchtime or even dinner time or really anytime salads. Any time is a good time for salad, let's face it, when you're healing from inflammation. This salad has a couple of cups of mixed mesclun greens, which are super high in inflammation-fighting vitamin K. There's a ton of antihistamine and anti-inflammatory herbs, the kind of stuff we've been talking about so far. There's anti-inflammatory vitamin K-rich asparagus. We have some cherry tomatoes here. You'll notice these freak people out. They really do. While I understand that everybody is scared of the foods that are on the high histamine list, we need to keep things in perspective. Tomatoes are still a healthy food. If you haven't cut things like, oh, I don't know, that guilty Starbucks muffin or the spoonful of sugar you're having in your coffee or tea every day, there's no reason to go gunning after something as high nutrient as these poor little defenseless cherry tomatoes. I still eat them. It's up to you to decide whether you would do the same thing. The salad here is topped with omega-3 rich salmon. Now, omega-3 is one of our strongest allies in the fight against inflammation. A lot of people are also hesitant to try fish because they've been told it's high histamine. Fish is not inherently high histamine. What makes fish high histamine is the bacterial process, as we discussed earlier. So as long as you're getting your fish as fresh as possible, possibly flash frozen at sea, it should be fine. But again, check with your doctor and know your own personal tolerances. I'm not big on labels unless they're going on my back, okay? So when the whole paleo thing, the whole SCD, GAPS, you know, all that kind of thing, it's like you're wearing a badge. Hi, I'm paleo. I don't really care what you eat, just be healthy. But I must admit, one of the best decisions I've made of the last few years has been going grain-free. That has opened up a whole new world of health to me. And one of those delights is zucchini noodles. There are an infinite number of names for these things, which is basically spiralized zucchini, also known as courgettes, depending on which country you're in. Here it's served with the Lebanese meatballs recipe from the Auntie cookbook that's available from my website. And it's also served with a white bean red pepper sauce with red onion and herbs and all the usual great stuff. It's sprinkled with nigella seeds and a little bit of olive oil. This took, all in all, 25 minutes to prepare. The noodles themselves, if you're not going for the meatballs, only take 5 minutes. I mean, there's absolutely no reason not to have a super healthy meal when you have a spiralizer at home. One of the most versatile ingredients of my kitchen of late has been the young Thai coconut. That's what it looks like inside. It's super high nutrient. It is full of anti-inflammatory ingredients that prevent Alzheimer's and just generally fight inflammation and make you feel good about life. It is amazing as a post-workout recovery type thing. You can crack it open, drink the juice, scoop out the coconut meat. It's absolutely fabulous. You can scoop out the meat, mix it with a little liquid sweetener, a little bit of raw vanilla powder, and blend it all up. It makes the most incredible mousse or pudding, depending on the texture you're going for. And that's all from me in this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can find more information about inflammation, about healing histamine, all that good stuff on my website, thelowhistaminechef.com. You can find me also at facebook.com/thelowhistaminechef and on Instagram and Twitter as L-Histamine Chef. I'm Yasmina Ekelenstam, the Low Histamine Chef. See you soon.